What's up, guys? This is Tony Solo here from The Natural Lifestyles, and the video that I want to talk to you guys about today is your path to freedom as a masculine man. And any guy who truly wants freedom in his life, he has to understand that the pathway is through fear. My journey has been fear, anxiety at times where I didn't want it, and through this journey of being fearful, it led me into the freedom that I have inside of myself now. Guys, so much, they are searching for freedom. They're searching for a way out. They feel like they're in a prison on the inside. I know exactly how that feels. I know how it feels to be frustrated at yourself that you can't express yourself. I know what it's like to be in front of a woman and want to be quiet and want to be silent and let her invest, but you're just so scared of doing it because you think that you're going to lose her attention. I've been there and I've done that, man. But in those times where I was fearful, in those times where I had so much anxiety inside of me, it taught me so much. Because I never ever stopped. I never ever wanted to give up on myself. So the main thing in this video that I want you guys to have is this: never give up on yourself. Always give yourself the chance to go further into your fear, whatever it is, because you have to understand that your path to freedom is on the other side of that fear. As much as you're afraid of being someone that is seen in some way, as much as you're afraid of being in front of a woman and being so scared about expressing something, as much as you're afraid of being these things, you have to understand that freedom is just around the corner. For many of you guys, something that is really going to shock you is that you can't get away from it. Because guys, they want the results, but they don't want the feelings that come with it. They want the women, but they don't want to go through the shit on the inside. They just want the easy route out. And the easy route, I must tell you, is not happiness. The hard route is happiness. It's so counterintuitive. As men, we come into this journey and we think to ourselves, okay, I want to learn how to talk to women. I know I'll feel a few things, but I really want to learn how to talk to women. I want to get beautiful women into my life, and I want to have a relationship or have multiple women in my life that I'm having sex with. And it's great when you think about it in that terms. In those terms, you're like, oh my God, man, I can't wait to do this. Or maybe you get a little anxious about it. But you're like, fuck, man, it's going to be so exciting. But I guess what the journey didn't tell you was to get those women, to get all the results that you're searching for, even intangible results for yourself as far as confidence, leadership, being somebody who can express themselves, being free to express yourselves. They didn't tell you that you have to go through a lot of shit on the inside. That's something that no journey, I think, will ever tell you, because if the journey, if people was to tell you, oh, you got to go through all this shit to get to where you want to go, to get the women you want in your life, you really must be dedicated to fear. You must be dedicated to fear. If people told you that, you would run away. But I'm here to tell you that you must be dedicated to fear. You must build a relationship to it. You must let fear be a doorway for you. Because if you see fear as an obstacle, you'll never ever attack it. But if you see it as a doorway, you'll always understand that it leads to something else. In the same way where you walk through a door and you're like, my God, just to get to the other side, I'm going to get somewhere that I want to get to. That's the same way you have to see fear. But fuck, how hard is it to twist that doorknob? How hard is it to fucking push that door open and walk to the other side? Man, it's so hard. But it affords you so many awards. And the main awards you get from this is the intangible awards. Yeah, you do get the women, you get the results, but something that a guy needs to understand in this moment right now, if you're watching this, that the results are only the icing on the cake. Guys think that the results are the cake when only it's the icing. The cake itself is the process you had to go through. Oh, you are just going everywhere, aren't you? Are you searching for something?
What?
Are you searching?
No, I watch the street.
Oh, okay. Well, I like.
I'm not drunk.
Yes, you are.
No.
I like the way that you move. You just move very slow.
Yeah.
It's not graceful, but it is slow though. It's like.
Yeah, because
It's like you're gonna walk into the wall.
I watch around.
And are you Hungarian?
No, I'm not angry. I'm Italian.
You don't look Italian.
No?
No.
The look? No.
The look is not Italian.
Really?
It looks very different.
Yeah?
You move around the city slow
Yeah?
and
And
like a drunk person. Yes, like a drunk person, yes. So you're the perfect tourist.
And what do you do?
I love to meditate.
Meditate.
Yeah,
Yeah, really?
yeah.
And what do you do to have meditate?
Breathe and close my eyes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Really?
Do
You
you-
joking me?
No. Seriously, every single day I do meditation because it allows me to be more relaxed, and it makes me more strange. It makes me a strange person, actually.
When I have an objective
Yes.
and when I finish, when I
Arrive.
arrive, I want to have a present for me.
And what is your objective?
Or tell me it's okay, it's good.
Yes.
You go straight.
So your mind, you've done this to your mind. You've went, when I do something that I've set out to do, I reward myself, and you teach yourself that every time you do something that you set out to do, there's something good at the end.
Yeah. So you go to home.
Do you want to? Do you want to?
I take a beer.
Do you want to invite me for a beer?
You want to have a beer?
Let's have a beer.
What?
Let's have a beer together.
Yeah.
Let's have a drink together.
Yeah.
Yes. Do you have a lobby?
If you want, I saw one pub that I like.
That you like?
Yeah, that I like.
Okay.
If you want.
Yes, if I want.
I don't understand. You drink a beer or not?
Igen. Igen means yes in Hungarian. Yes, I will. See.
Yeah.
See.
Okay, you like a beer.
I hate beer, but I'll have
I hate beer.
No.
You can drink
something else. Yeah, I fucking hate beer. Beer is so nasty to me. Yeah, there's no fucking way. No.
How old are you? You're very young.
25.
25.
And you are? Oh, fuck. It was nice to meet you. You are too old for me. I actually only go for women who are young, like me. But you are an old lady. You look so young, though.
Yeah, I know. Always the people think I'm younger.
Yeah?
Yeah, but I'm not 30 years now.
You-
In May I have a birthday, so I have a 29.
You don't feel 30, do you? Do you feel like 30 years old? Do you feel
No,
like 30?
No,
You feel like what?
28.
2 years younger? I love it. I thought you was gonna say like 21. Oh, it's the best. So what is the icing without the cake? And what is the cake without the icing? They both go together. So as you work through the process within yourself of moving through what you're scared of, moving through all the things that make you anxious, moving through all the things that fucking just terrify you, as you go through those things, the result comes. Sometimes you have to go through a lot of shit to get the result. Sometimes you have to only go through a little bit. It depends on where a guy is in his journey. Some guys, they start off very, very low. And they start off where they're a virgin. And from this place, they want to now get beautiful women into their life. And I'm thinking to myself, for you to really get beautiful women, I mean really, really sexy women into your life at this point, you have to go fuck a hooker. That's literally the only thing you have right now, because if you try right now in this moment to go fuck a really, really attractive girl, you will be up for failure. I have to tell you that, man. Now, there's some guys out there who probably can pull it off, and I'm not here to knock you down, but I'm telling you, the true journey in this is not from square zero saying, I want the hottest girls. I want the fucking girls that it takes a man years to get. I want those girls right now. You don't want to walk through the fears to get to that girl, because to get a girl that's really, really, really attractive and really, really, really fucking sharp and really, really fucking amazing to be around, for you specifically, you're an amazing girl, you have to become amazing. You're not just going to be able to get the amazing girl right now in your scared place within yourself where you're afraid to express yourself, because once that girl comes into your life, you won't be able to handle her. She will be completely running all over you. She'll be manipulating you, and you'll just be taking all of it because you're like, I just wanted the girl. And for any of you guys who are not starting at square zero, something that you have to understand is some of the girls that you want right now, that you're approaching, you can get them, but you must be willing to step through whatever thing that you're avoiding right now. The better you get, the more you're going to have acute awareness on what is something that you're avoiding that's going to get you what you want. You have to be much more acute. So a guy that's in the middle ground of being, he's just pretty good, you're going to have more acute awareness on what are the things right now that are stopping me from getting the girls that I really want. And you must be willing to face those things. There's no way out in this. It literally is no way out. Guys, they want a way out when it comes to talking to women. They want a way out through the things that they fear. They're like, fuck man, I want a way around this. I don't want to have to step through it. Because the stepping through it is the part I hate the most. Who doesn't hate just stepping through fear when you feel like closing down? Who wants to step through a moment where you feel so much tension in your body, what literally feels like you are going through hell on the inside? Who wants to do that? Nobody wants to fucking do that. But once you learn to do that over and over and over, you learn to step through hell. Hell doesn't become hell anymore. You start to have a grace to it. You're like, fuck man, I know that this is the journey that I must take. If I do not take this hell journey, then I'm not going to get to heaven. I'm not going to get there. It's so crazy that you must go through hell to get to heaven. Hell burns. It fucking has needles. It has everything that you don't want. But it's definitely the pathway to heaven. It's definitely the pathway to the graces that you want. It's definitely the pathway to the rewards that you want, the women that you want. Your fears are your pathway to freedom. And the moment that you start to understand that is a moment where you can now understand that you can't get around it. Every guy that's walking around this earth who has a masculine essence, he desires to be free. He desires to have no restraints. He desires to be constricted by nothing. and his willingness to settle into nothingness each moment, which is for total freedom. That's what nothingness is, total freedom, no bounds. For him to settle into that, he must be willing to say yes to fear all the time. He must be willing to, as fear shows up, say yes, have grace to it, and just walk with it as if it's his friend. He must be willing to side along with fear and understand that, as David Data said, and I really believe this, because everything I speak right now is from me, but if anything is from David Data, I'll tell you guys, something I really do believe is the same capacity you need to be free is the same capacity you need to really really face your fears, if I'm saying that right. In the same way where you're like, fuck man, I'm so scared, that is literally what freedom is. Freedom is being totally scared, but being totally no bounds. It's so crazy that it's like a marriage in a way. It's like a relationship where fear and freedom are together. And once you have these two together, you have things where people talk about uncomfortable comfortableness, or being totally fearfully free, if you want to say that. And I found this to be incredible in my own journey. And as I started to understand the times where I'm completely scared in front of women, and I really want women to validate me for me being this way, and I want women to see me as a good guy, it just brought me so much stress. And I just wanted to find, okay, how can I just be fucking free from all this? So this is where I started to come up with ways where I could become free. And I think the best way for you guys to start to face anything that you're afraid of is the same way that I did, or if you find a way that's good for you, you do it. Whatever you're afraid of, this is what I did. Whatever I was completely afraid of, I just set up that I'm gonna face it. That's all I did. I set up that this is the thing I'm afraid of, and I'm going to go face this thing. And I did that as a practice, and I did it as a practice, and I did it as a practice. And that's everything from my thing with my dad that I always talk about, which is one of the doorways I had to step through to me being more free and having a better connection with women. Me being someone that was a people pleaser, I had to now be in situations where I knew where I could people please, and I start stopping myself from doing that pattern. And I would be in front of women, and I would want to speak at times where I didn't want to speak because I was afraid of losing her attention. So I made it a goal for myself that I was just going to be more silent. And I had times where I was in front of women and I was silent, and I was so scared because I was like, oh my God, this girl must think that I'm weird. She must think that, that I'm not attractive now because she is like looking at me weird, or she's feeling weird about me being silent. And I kept setting it up, and I kept setting it up. And each time that I set it up, what it taught me is that made me more free. It taught me more freedom. It taught me that I could do the thing, feel all the things around it, all the thoughts that come with it, all the bodily sensations that come with it, and still find a way for it to work with me. Still find a way for it to be great, because it was great ultimately. Anything that you face and you step through it into being not afraid of it anymore, and it not affecting you anymore, and you have an immovability to it, this now starts to give you the route to who you are. Because surprisingly, who you are is through the doorway of fear as well. You must step through the fears within yourself to discover who you are. And being able to step through those doorways, that each time that show up, you start to be more expressed. So people who are really, really expressed and free, they've stepped through fear a lot. The more you step through fear, the more free you'll be. The more you step through fear, the more of yourself you'll be. And this truth is something that I will continue to pass on to guys, because if you believe that you're going to walk through this life and be free and have the women you want and have the relationships you want by not walking through fear, if you think that that is a route that you're going to take, you are sadly mistaken. And I'm here to stop you now and to tell you that wake up. You need to wake up to the fact that for you to really be free, you need to learn that fear works with you. All right, bro, how much time is it?
6:10.
Huh?
6:10.
I remember what it used to be like to be completely afraid. I remember what it used to be like to walk up to a woman that I find really, really attractive and just want her to like me. I remember what it used to feel like to just stand in front of a girl and just be nice in ways where I didn't have to be nice. I remember what it was to just get manipulated by girls because of my nice guy ways. I remember all this shit. But I was willing so much to just step through it. I was willing so much to face it. And through the facing it over and over and over, it awarded me who I am now. You know, and this continuously evolves. You know, it doesn't stop here. I'm not like free man. No, I am more free than I've ever been. But at the same time, there's times where things do pop up inside of me. And I'm a man that's committed to growth. And if you're committed to growth, you're committed to fear. So yes, I feel fear at times, and I don't like to call it fear. I just feel sensations that are heavy to me sometimes. And I have to learn how to just open through my sensations that I feel. And that process will continue for as long as I live. Because I'm not afraid of fear anymore. I'm not afraid of it. I've handled it so much in my life, and I continuously handle it on a day-to-day basis, that it doesn't affect me like it used to. When you're first starting out, it really, really affects you because you're like, oh my God, I'm not used to stepping through. But as you start to step through more and more and more, fear becomes less meaningful. That's what it becomes. It doesn't become less in sensation sometimes. It will if you go through certain things, because with repetition, you know, things start to die down in sensation. But many times, it'll just become less and less to you. I mean, your meaning over it becomes less and less. And that's what you want. You want to be able to operate even when you're feeling fear. That's the best combination. For you to feel it, because you know this is a situation that you're going to grow from, but at the same time be able to completely operate in the way that you want to. I hope you guys took a lot from this. You know, my product that's coming out in June, it'll talk a lot about being able to understand the things that's happening inside of you. And as you understand these things that's happening inside of you, you'll now start to understand fear as well. This is your boy Tony Solo from The Natural Lifestyle saying that I love you guys from Budapest, a night of love. I'll see you guys in the next video. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. You know, I'm always giving you something new, and it's also something new that I want to give you. I've created a video series which is Approach to Bedroom. And I'll be showing you everything from what do you say upon the approach, not what to say, but how you can say what you want to say, and being able to have the mindsets to go with that, being able to be in conversation, being able to take the woman home, and along this path, just giving you insights into things that may pop up to give you issues. I've covered it in this video series that, you know, packed full of about 3 hours of me just giving you guys everything that I can say is going to be the best from approach to bedroom. If you want this, it's totally free. If you want this, click the link below, and what'll happen is that you'll get a video series sent right to you, and check it out. Until next time, I'm out.